Hi everybody, you're watching PixelBeep. I'm back and this time it's with a little bit of cold, so please bear with me and we'll see what happens. We're here to play a little bit of that Ultimate Channel Gettysburg. I'm gonna do a couple of videos today. I'm really in the mood for this game. So let's start without further ado. We're playing a South just for fun's sake. Nothing else really, no politics. I think we've played 3 games by now. Let me double check on the YouTube channel because it's sometimes hard to remember and we should play the 4th. But let me make absolutely sure here. How's everybody? Friday evening. I expect a lot of you to be in pub, although there's a Twitch event incoming. And a couple more things. StarCraft 2, the 3rd expansion, is obviously available in sort of open beta to everybody. You can play the first 3 missions. So some of you will be playing StarCraft 2 and you know, a little bit on that. It's still a good game. I just feel like it hasn't really progressed that much over the years. So while it's a great game, you know, the changes between now and, you know, Legacy of the Void will make more sense to people who, you know, play multiplayer than to anybody else, really. But that is to be expected. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of that due to the cold. I could cut it out while editing, but I could also miss some of that. So, just a heads up. Let's close in on the situation here. This is... I don't see many units, many enemy units, which is always a little weird. Like, why is there nobody? Has to be a trap. But let's get the city and see what's next. Gamble skirmishers. And we're fighting. We're in it. Fantastic. What a game. What a game. It's great to be playing real-time strategy on an iPad, especially as good as this one. I'm really enjoying the game. And hey, our artillery approached. Fantastic. But you know, I today checked. My son wanted to play some trains, so it surprised me that there is no kind of Transport Tycoon type of games on the iPad. I know there is an official Transport Tycoon that sounds a bit more like Chris Sawyer's Locomotion by the sound of it, but obviously that can't be controlled, or they haven't thought about the controls as well as the team behind this game. These controls are amazing. Oh, look at that. We didn't just get 1 artillery, we got 3 artillery units. So let's make sure we can put them to a great use. Baxter is in for a bad surprise. And yeah, we must limber, of course. What? Oops. And these guys are shooting. Great, great. We've been pummeled right here. Let's move a little bit deeper into the city. Maybe it will discourage people. So it's fairly weird there are no train games in the App Store, and I understand all the games that are there are making use of in-app purchases, and I understand that's a business model that brings in a lot of money, but I still don't believe that if you did a proper kind of Transport Tycoon type of game, there would not be a lot of people willing to pay for it, and you know, continuously in good money. And you know, if you did it smart, you could keep doing expansions and stuff. But you know, it's just me, and the mobile world is definitely skewed towards the in-app purchases, the kind of pay gates, wall gates, and pay to win gates, and I'm not really a fan of that. So props to Blizzard here for Hearthstone not taking that route. Although of course it's, you know, much more grindy than it initially was. It's still a great game. But we're not playing Hearthstone here. Especially because even Hearthstone needs you to spend some money on those cards so that you have at least somewhat good deck, if not a great deck. And we're playing Gettysburg Ultimate General. That's the game we're focusing on. That's the game we want to play right here, right now. These guys seem to be under heavy fire from our troops. Let's just advance those guys a little bit. And, well, let's look at this. And let's just crush these guys. But we have massive numbers here. It's not even funny, so I'm expecting some heavy resistance because the numbers we have are not somewhat massive, they're totally massive. Seem to have an open wing here. Right. Ems is still standing. It's a mystery to me how that can be. If they're such a brutal onslaught, as you can see, it's a bit more difficult manipulating streets and houses. But oh my god, look at that army. Look at the army I'm possessing. That is one massive army, and I should probably just move it somewhere else. So only one location remaining. There's gonna be very, very fierce resistance. I have no doubt about that. Let's break it before it even begins, right? These are the heavy fortifications. They're definitely not lightweight, but our forces are far superior. I am not sending Thomas against a much fiercer numbers. I just did. Hope they can withdraw. Lane is retreating. What's going on here, guys? Why is everybody attacking, and why in such a bad manner? That is not what I wanted to do, and I'm not sure it's something I called for. Look at the number of these guys here. It's not going to be completely easy, but these guys are having a bad day. Let's look at the numbers going down, and they're breaking, they're running. That was very, very fast, but it's not a very difficult math to see that they're brutally and totally outnumbered. No, thank you. I do not want to update my iPad, especially not when we're recording. That's not the best of ideas. Apple did not used to be so aggressive about pushing updates, but obviously they want to remain the least fragmented platform out there, at least for mobile, and they're pushing very aggressively for iOS 9. Also for understandable reasons. Let's be honest, each new iOS iteration is more taxing for these legacy devices and moves you that little bit closer to purchasing a new device. Having said it, I've had my iPhone 4 for 4 years since it came out, and you know, the radio on there is a little bit wobbly sometimes. You know, if I go in subway and leave the subway, the mobile signal will not come back on and I have to restart the phone. So that's the only reason I moved to my other phone, iPhone 5. But apart from that, the phone's still going strong. So that's a testament to the quality of Apple, and I've never looked back. I've had Android before, and the problem with Android is, well, look at Daniel break-in. Every single one of Android phones has that, you know, thing that they do very well, but there are a couple of things they don't do so well, and you always kind of are on the lookout for the next best phone. At least to me that doesn't happen with iPhone. I don't care which one I have, you know, as long as I can do my work and everything's snappy and fast. So when I do that, I'm away from the mic and also away from the screen. So that's when the AI could defeat me. And look at that, we're losing some battles here. This could be nasty, so let's regroup here. I might be charging those guys just out of principle, and you know, the sheer power of numbers being on my side, it's lame not to take advantage. I need you guys to run here. Your morale is appalling. O'Neill, I read Orville. I don't understand how these guys can be breaking. Really, Iverson, what's up? The numbers are superior. They're entrenched. They're in a forest, obviously. They're on an elevated position, but I don't really see the issue there. Right. Now we're making these guys run. We need to keep advancing. I swear, I'm just going to charge some of these units. Here, the advantage of elevation is on our side, so let's make sure it stays that way, at least for a while. We do need to charge that hill, so let's use Rumser or O'Neill to do that. And come on guys, let's charge. Charge. Oops, having a really hard time here, as I predicted I would. Units breaking, so here comes the charge. It is massive. Let's double it. And this is massive. And they're breaking instantly. This is it. We're routing them, and this gives us some leeway to advance. Let's do the same here, while their attention is elsewhere. This is brutal. Let's continue doing that. Let's just route them. Here they're routing us, so let's make sure it's just temporary and nothing permanent. Every time to charge those guys. Now it's possible they'll rebound. Here come the reinforcements, and it's time for us to stop the charge and regroup. Daniel, regroup. Fongilsa is broken. We rush them from both sides. Louisiana Tigers also need to regroup, and Right, looking good. Not completely good. We've got these guys here. But we're initiating a lot of charges here. Lusitano Tigers not in a good shape, but they broke. That's understandable. So now change, we're breaking instead. Maybe I should call in the general. That would be a smart thing to do for the morale. Look at those lines breaking, charge here. And this is a weird moment. Almost seems like forces are shifting in their favor, but they're not. It's just how it seems. I want you guys to charge. And look at lane charging here. Oops. And being broken the last 10 meters of the way. As the enemy managed to reload in time and just caused a lot of damage. Paul regrouping, which is not great. Where is Thomas? Not where they should be. So... right, Paul is breaking again. We need to fall back here. Have a lot of people in reserve, but that's not gonna do. Alright, regroup, guys. Look at Avery routing 2 different units. Let's quickly give them support. Ramsur, O'Neill, let's charge these guys. And yeah, we have superior powers from the beginning. So let's just play it safe here. Thomas, I'd love them to charge. I know why it's not possible, because... come on, charge. And they're doing it. That's surprising, but they're doing it. They might break. It'd be nice if they didn't. Look at that. This is going to be tough. They're half numbers and they're breaking. They're breaking. Lane's coming back. O'Neill's breaking. Ramsur is not charging. I don't know why. I need him to charge. Every after heroic charge is breaking. And the enemy is still standing. I don't think this will get me the fabled 3 stars that I'm looking to earn playing through the campaign, but charge. This really reminds me of Warhammer Shadow of the Horned Dread, and Games Workshop should really work with these guys, or these guys should really license the game, because they have all they need to make it a great game. And Games Workshop is currently very, very open with their licensing policy. So I feel like it's easier than it ever were to get Warhammer license. Ramsur is breaking. We got them cornered, but in that sort of bad way that makes them regroup a lot. It's just hard to push them that one final bit. I should have charged much more and kind of should have gone all in. Instead they're continuously regrouping, and that is not good. Not good for the units, not good for me. Not good for the morale. And look at the Excelsior Brigade, 1800 strong. That sure is not too good. We have reinforcements. No, they have reinforcements. Whoops. Look at them. A lot of men. Let us forward right now. Let us go forth. I'm gonna charge these guys. Oh no, these guys. I'm gonna charge these guys. And then again, I've got some regroup units here. And they're advancing. Unfortunately, they're advancing right now. It visual looks like they have a majority, and feels like that as well occasionally. It's a tad hard on the iPad to keep perfect control of the situation and make the right decisions at all times. I feel like I've kind of lost the pivot here, so hopefully I'll win because of the timer, but if the computer had 10 minutes more, I'd be losing. I feel that way. I really do. Almost everybody's routed by now. And Scales is cornered. Let's wish for the timer to run out. Charge. Let's keep charging these guys as much as we can. All we can do in face of those superior numbers. Not looking good for Scales. Time to run. They're brutally entrenched here, but we have some advantages on our side as well. We're going to charge. And we won. This is it, guys. 2 stars. I'm a little surprised it was not 1 star. But look at these casualties. That is not nice. 7,400 on my side and only 6,766 on the opposite side. I think this time I went a little bit too in. So let's fix it in the next video. Thanks for watching. You're watching PixelBeep. You can subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe on Twitter. Thank you to those who already have, and see you next time.